Commander Zara Keth stood at the edge of the observation deck, her violet eyes scanning the blue planet below. Earth looked so peaceful from orbit, but she knew better. The humans had surprised everyone in the galaxy with their fierce determination and clever tactics during the recent wars. "Commander, we have detected unusual energy readings from the surface," reported Lieutenant Lyra Voss, her silver hair gleaming under the ship lights. The young officer's hands moved quickly across the control panel. Zara nodded and walked closer to examine the data. Her tall frame cast shadows across the holographic display. The reading showed something the Galactic Council had been searching for across dozens of star systems: pure quantum crystals. "These crystals could power our entire fleet for centuries," Zara whispered to herself. Her people, the Zarians, had been struggling with energy shortages for years. Their homeworld was dying, and without these crystals, millions would face a dark future. But there was one problem. The crystals were on Earth, and humans had proven they would fight to protect what belonged to them. "Ma'am, should we contact the human authorities?" Lyra asked, her green eyes filled with concern. Zara shook her head. The Council tried diplomatic contact with 12 other species who found similar crystals. Each time, the humans refused to share or trade. They are too protective of their world. The commander made her decision. They would have to take what they needed quietly, without the humans knowing. It was not honorable, but her people were more important than human feelings. "Prepare the stealth landing pods," Zara ordered. "Select a team of our best hunters. We go down tonight." Hours later, 3 silver pods descended through Earth's atmosphere, invisible to human sensors. Zara led the mission herself, along with Lyra and Captain Nina Torch, a veteran warrior with scars across her pale blue skin. They landed in a dense forest near the crystal deposits. The air felt thick and strange compared to their ship. Earth smelled of dirt, plants, and something else they could not identify. "The readings are stronger here," Nina reported, checking her scanner. "The crystals are buried about 50 meters down beneath that rocky hill." Zara studied the area. No human settlements were visible, but she knew they had to work fast. Humans had excellent tracking abilities and would notice disturbances quickly. "Begin extraction," she commanded. The 3 aliens worked through the night, using advanced mining tools that made no sound. Their technology was far superior to anything humans possessed. The crystals came up easily, glowing with beautiful rainbow colors. Just as dawn approached, they had collected enough crystals to save their homeworld. Zara felt relief wash over her. The mission was nearly complete. Then she heard footsteps. A human male emerged from the trees carrying some kind of primitive weapon. He looked young, maybe 25 years old, with brown hair and curious eyes. He stopped when he saw the aliens and their strange equipment. "What are you doing here?" he called out, raising his weapon. Zara's hand moved to her plasma rifle, but she hesitated. Killing this human would bring others. Their stealth mission would become a war. "We mean no harm," Zara said in careful English. "We are simply taking what we need." The human stepped closer, and Zara noticed he was not afraid. Most species would run when facing Zarians, who stood 7 feet tall and had natural armor plating. "Those crystals belong to Earth," the human said firmly. "You cannot just take them." "Your people do not even know these crystals exist," Nina argued, her hand also on her weapon. "You waste the resources of your planet." "That does not give you the right to steal from us," the human replied. Zara found herself impressed despite the situation. This single human was willing to face 3 armed aliens to protect something his people did not even value. She had heard stories about human courage, but seeing it firsthand was different. "What is your name, human?" she asked. "Tom Bradley," he answered, never lowering his weapon. "Tom Bradley, I am Commander Zara Keth. My people are dying. Our sun is failing, and we need these crystals to power the machines that keep our cities alive. Millions will die without them." Tom's expression softened slightly, but his resolve remained strong. "I am sorry about your people, but taking from others without permission is still wrong." "Why did you not ask for help?" "Because humans always say no," Lyra spoke up, her voice bitter. "The Galactic Council has tried many times." "Maybe you were asking the wrong humans," Tom said. "Or maybe you were not offering anything in return." Zara blinked in surprise. In all their diplomatic attempts, the Council had never considered that humans might want something in exchange. They assumed humans would simply give them what they needed out of kindness. "What would humans want in return for these crystals?" Zara asked, genuinely curious. Tom lowered his weapon slightly and thought for a moment. Knowledge, technology, maybe help cleaning up our oceans or fixing our climate problems. Humans love to learn new things. Nina laughed harshly. Primitive species always want technology they cannot understand. We are not as primitive as you think, Tom said with a small smile. We put people on our moon with computers less powerful than your handheld scanners. We split atoms and mapped our genetic code. Give us credit for being creative. Zara stared at the human with growing respect. He was right. Humans had achieved remarkable things with limited technology. What could they accomplish with Xerian knowledge to guide them? Tom Bradley, what if I made you an offer? Zara said slowly. What if we shared our crystal harvesting technology with your people, in exchange for permission to mine a small amount for ourselves? Both our species could benefit. Tom considered this. I am just one person. I cannot make that kind of decision for all humanity. But you could help us make contact with the right people, Zara suggested. People who would listen to a fair trade agreement. The human nodded slowly. I work for the government, in the Environmental Protection Division. I could arrange a meeting with people who would understand the value of what you are offering. Nina stepped forward, her scarred face twisted with anger. Commander, we do not need human permission. We can take what we want and leave. They cannot stop us. Yes, we could, Zara agreed. But then we would be thieves, and thieves always have to keep looking over their shoulders. She turned back to Tom. If we return these crystals and follow proper diplomatic channels, will you help us arrange negotiations? Yes, Tom said immediately. But I want something else too. Zara raised an eyebrow. What? I want to learn about your people. Your culture, your history, your technology. In return, I will teach you about humans. Real understanding between our species, not just trade agreements. Lyra made a small sound of surprise. You want cultural exchange? Why not? Tom asked. If we are going to be partners, we should understand each other. Zara felt something she had not experienced in years. Hope. Not just for the crystals her people needed, but for something bigger. A real alliance between species built on respect instead of fear. She made her decision. We accept your proposal, Tom Bradley of Earth, Zara said formally. We will return these crystals and pursue official diplomatic contact through your government. Nina protested, but Zara silenced her with a look. We are not conquerors, Captain. We are survivors, and survivors know when to adapt. The three aliens carefully replaced the crystals they had mined. Tom helped them cover their tracks and provided them with information about which government officials to contact. As they prepared to return to their ship, Tom approached Zara one final time. Commander, can I ask you something? Yes. Why did you decide to trust me? Your captain was right, you could have just taken what you wanted. Zara smiled, showing her sharp white teeth. Because you taught me something important tonight, Tom Bradley. You showed me that humans value honor more than safety. That is not primitive. That is admirable. She paused, then added, and because I realized that stealing from you would make us no better than the pirates who attacked our shipping lanes last year. We fought against them because they took without asking. How could we do the same thing to you? Tom smiled back. I think this is the beginning of a good friendship between our species. I hope so, Zara said. The galaxy is a dangerous place. It would be good to have allies like humans watching our backs. 6 months later, the first joint human-Xerian mining operation began harvesting quantum crystals from Earth's deep caverns. The energy powered both human cities and Xerian survival systems. Scientists from both species worked together, sharing knowledge and discoveries. And in a small office in Washington, Tom Bradley served as the first human ambassador to the Xerian Commonwealth, while Commander Zara Keth learned about human customs and taught Tom to speak her native language. The galaxy had gained something more valuable than quantum crystals that night in the forest. It had gained proof that different species could choose cooperation over conflict, understanding over fear. Sometimes the greatest victories come not from taking what you want, but from finding better ways to get what you need.